Okay, in today's short video, we're going to address this fuel tank on the new J20. Um, First thing I went ahead and did here, that wasn't going to make a video on this. It's going to be a short thing. Just going to remove everything. This was plumbed in with the return line. I have no idea what this actually is. So we don't need that. And then the fuel hoses were rotted off of it. This assembly here, very valuable. That filler neck piece. For your information, you can use the metal filler neck out of a mine would come out of a 2003 TJ if that metal portion is missing out the side of your J10 or J20 bed. You just have to bend. You have to bend this angle a little bit more because that was missing out of my J10, and I used the one out of that TJ for it. But the bolt pattern on the face where it bolts the bed is the same. It's just 4 instead of 6 screws. All right, so this is the fuel tank. As you can see, obviously it was strapped up to the bed and has a skid pan underneath of it. I was all gonna pop that sending unit out of here and try to clean that tank up, but then I did some more looking. And considering I'm gonna have to build a flatbed for this truck because the bed's missing off of it, I was just gonna pull this tank out of here, clean it up, and then maybe put a brace from cross member to cross member for that skid pan, and use the skid pan to mount the fuel tank underneath the bed. However, after you can't really see it, but just looking down in the filler neck there, it's pretty, yeah, you can't see it. But I took a flashlight and looked down in there. I don't think a man can clean it out. Not going to throw it away. I guess you could go get it lined. But then I pulled the tank up out of here and set it off to the side. And I found that that mount for the skid pan is all rotted off. And there's no way of doing this without using these straps to strap it to the bottom of the bed, which is fine and all, but then you've got it hanging underneath of there and everything. And this truck's going to be used to work and beat on. So I got to thinking, I have a fuel tank right up there, and it's either a 25 or a 30 gallon fuel tank. And it's got its own gauge on it, its own cap, and everything. And it is approximately the width of this cab. So I believe whenever I build my flatbed, I'm just going to use that tank and lay it sideways across the bed. And for now, we won't cut this out of here, unbolt this out of here yet, because for now, for all intents and purposes, this thing's not going to be used for much. We're going to set a fuel can in there and go ahead and hook up the factory supply line. That way we can start using the actual fuel pump on the engine block instead of the electric pump I used to get it started the other night and been getting it used to move it around the driveway. Not feeling real good today. I'm stumbling around. So let me set the camera up and we'll cut us a piece of fuel line for this. I don't even think that return's going to need a hose clamp, but there address the situation in the front now. I just so happen to have in my selection of junk one of these replacement filters. So we can go ahead and use it. So it looks like here's the return. Goes down the front of the block. So we'll pop this clamp off. And we're not going to replace that piece of hose if we don't tear it. All right. All right. Then the side with one nipple is the end. So I've already got this slid over the factory fuel hose because I was pumping old varnishy gas out into a junk can. It's got my garage all stunk up still. But we'll tighten this clamp down here on the fuel inlet, and then the side with one barb is the inlet here. Turn that a bit. I have to do some looking here. With this, it's looking like we're going to need a very small piece of hose. Just enough to make the connection. Slide it over the end. Oh, put our hose clamp on there. Yeah. Like so. Man, needs to shorten that up a little bit. Then we got one more clamp. And we need to cut this piece of hose off about right there. Slip on our clamp. My intelligent being of a cat is standing outside in the rain, meowing at the garage door. Alright. Might have to loosen that. Nope. Slips together. Tighten that down. And hopefully the bowls on the carb have enough fuel from where I was running it yesterday that it'll start and prime itself. I'm hearing some squirties. Alright, let me get you set up over here and we'll give her a hit. New fuel filter and plumbed up to run off the fuel pump. Accelerator pump.